Remarkable Mrs Cox by Euan Rose. Emily Cox in conversation with her late husband Lenny during the coronavirus lockdown. Part 5. The Chugger and Captain Tom.
You'd like this little place I live in, Lenny. Cottages they call 'em, but more a block of 1940s maisonettes. They must some sort of tide houses for salt workers, kin. That's what I gleaned from Elvis the postie. 4 little blocks of flower, all set in one garden with a few benches and a load of rose bushes. I'm upstairs at number 4, and from my back window I can see right across to where the canal goes through the field. Can even see the tops of the barges. From the front, I cops the main road to where there's a bench on the pavement on the other side. Up the road one way is a garden centre with a posh tea room, which of course is all closed up at the moment. Down t'other way is a post office, a garage and a pub. Normally I can sit in the window at the back for a bit of tranquillity and take a pew at the front and watch folk a-going up and down. Now it's like a cemetery. We're all in the twilight of our lives, us as lives here, and I suppose I'm the most antisocial one of the bunch. Happy with me family chats on the blower and with me memories. You know me, Lenny, never want to mince me words. Number of times I had to put that ne'er-do-well brother of yourn, Ernie, in his place. Uncle Ernie, as everyone referred to him. Ran the book in the bull ring back in the day and made a nice little black market profit out of the war, whilst you lost your life. Never could forgive him for that. Made me bitter. Anyway, what I'm getting round to is Florence Nightingale, as I calls her, that lives downstairs at number 2. Her's up at the window like a rat up a drain pipe whenever I has a visitor, till I'm sick on it. I'm talking of for the lock-up, of course. You all right, Mrs Cox? She shouts out of the window she's opened, which is just a foot from our front door. Yes, thank you, Mrs Wilson, I'd respond, delighting in not introducing her. How many times have I said, call me Flo, her would comment. Dunno, I'd say, as po-faced as I could muster. You tell me. Her still didn't take the hint. Now, of course, on the rare occasions that I has a visitor, I call open the window on account of keeping her social distance, as they call it. Stupid title, if you ask me. Nothing social about it. Antisocial, more like. Flo's a chugger, you see, Lenny. And of course she can't do any chugging at the mo, as there's no chuggers allowed outside the supermarkets no more. Flo had made a vacation out of chugging. Mondays and Thursdays are chugged for the lifeboats. Tuesdays and Fridays were the guide dogs. And if you was wondering about Wednesdays, why I volunteered at the Sally Army shop on the High Street. Interfering, do-gooding, busybody chugger, in my opinion. Septon Yowell has said to me not to judge a book by looking at its colour. Or did you say cover? Can't remember. Slipped me mind. Not important, really. Except yesterday I was doing my little walk I'm allowed once a day. Just up the road like. Well, on the way back, I clocked the chugger, looking all forlorn. Looked like her'd been blarting, so I stops a respectful distance away and gesticulates for her to open the window, which she does. You all right, Mrs Wilson? I asks. As we do, knowing they're not. Not really, I says. Just had a phone call to say that me niece, who's a nurse at the Royal Worcester, has been put on a ventilator. Touch and go whether he'll make it. Well, Lenny, I thought to myself I'd been a bit harsh in her direction. We chatted for quite a while and I did my best to get her pecker up. Seems her's never been married and her only family is her brother and his 2 daughters. Then both nurses, one of which is bad with the pup. Made a point of calling her Flo when I left and told her to call us Emily. I'll say a little prayer for her niece tonight. But don't tell no one, mind, as I'm not really that way inclined. Now we have us a new hero that's captured the nation in the most unlikely way, Lenny. He's a sprightly 99 and he's pushing his Zimmer round his garden in his blazer and war medals to raise money for the NHS. Set out to raise £1,000 and would you believe it, only past the 20 million smackaroony mark now. Captain Tom he is, and he's quite rightly the nation's pin-up boy. Must get spanners to tell me how I can make a donation myself. Or there again, I could ask the Chugger. She'll know for sure. Coco and Kit now, so I'll sign off, mate. Love you, Lenny.
The Remarkable Mrs Cox is a Euan Rose Reviews production, starring Pat Dixon-Dale as Emily Cox, music by Adrian Kimberlin, and produced by Phil Brown.